All right, we're live. Okay. Hi, kitty. Hello. Okay, come here, come here. Hopefully this software will run properly because this is a newer computer. Guess we can just chill for a bit. Hey, cat. Yeah. Hey, hey. All right. Okay, so let me check and make sure it's public before I start doing stuff. Just so I'm not streaming for a while. Okay, it is. So I think we should be fine. Actually, for a split second, I'll just check and see that the audience sees everything. Alrighty. Okay. We'll put on a Steely Dan album or something. Oh, there's an ad. So many damn unskippable ads, dude. I have a headset on, so I wonder how well you guys can even hear the audio. So here we'll start with a clean frame. You know what? I can't see your guys' chest. Let me pull something up, and we'll make this a little easier. There it is. There, now I can see chat. Chat isn't super active. This won't be a long stream. Darn it, man. Come on, stay up, stay up. Do it for the Emperor. Actually, let me check and make sure there's no... there's a little bit of... what are you going to do? Might have to erase that to fix it in post, but we'll see. Oh, it's up near desk. Just chilling. Just going to be animating some stuff. Move that foot down a little. see how that looks. Yeah, I have been animating a lot, but it's been for a lot of commission stuff that, for reasons or another, I couldn't post on the channel. So it feels like it's been a while, but it hasn't really. But I get that. You've been doing a lot of video essay stuff, which is good. I still check that out. And it's been good for the channel, which is always great. Okay. Darn it. Gosh darn it, little Space Marine man. He ain't staying up. I'm thinking of buying an expensive rig just so it can hold up kind of chunkier figures like this. Because for Lego, you don't need it. If you have Bionicle parts, you can make a rig, make a makeshift one that'll work no problem. I don't know what ad is playing right now. I think it's some Warhammer Tacticus ad. Alright, let's see if we can get him in the right place. Nope. Okay. His head should move at least. If his torso is starting to move that way, the head should move the opposite because he's looking to take aim. Stay up, stay up. Yep, great. One thing that is nice is most figures at this scale would struggle to stand, but since these Joy Toy figures are based off Space Marines, they have such fat feet that with some clay, they stand pretty good. There's not much correction yet to do. Every once in a while they'll fall over, that's just figures. They lose their balance. It's what they do. They find a way to. Way too big of an arm movement right there. That's going to look jittery. That might look jittery. No, this is a Joy Toy figure. He's actually, for comparison, give me 1 second. Okay, because I am thinking I'm going to sell my McFarlane figures just because they're not bad figures. They're just big. They're built like a brick. This thing is actually, here, let me see. That's a McFarlane figure right here, the one in my hand. And this is a Joy Toy figure. They're a much smaller scale, but they're way more detailed. And the articulation overall is better. They are better, but they're pricier. I mean, this intercessor, this guy here, the one I have, is about 20 bucks or 25, so it's not too bad. But they make a lot more options than McFarlane has currently, and a lot of their figures are very pricey. Like I have a Tyranid Warrior that retail was like 60. Um, that's not what I paid for it. I try not to pay retail for these things if I can, but they also have limited numbers, so if something feels like it's going to sell out, just got to buy it. Oh, hi, Zombie Badger. A bit, yeah, a bit. I don't know what the a bit is in response to, but glad you're here. Yeah, weird thing about the Chaos Marine is he's shorter than most of the other Marines, and they just made a Corn Berserker, and I was debating getting that because I love Corn Berserkers. They're awesome, but Joy Toy says they've been planning on making some for a while. It's been a long time, so they said they've been planning on making them, but I'm pretty confident it's going to come out relatively soon. And honestly, the McFarlane figures are now like 30 bucks retail. So a standard Joy Toy figure, if it's a little more ornate, like a Corn Berserker, will probably be about 40 um, retail, about around there, 45 maybe, depending on the details. And I'm willing to wait and see if I can get it on sale if that's necessary. Um, so I rather get that because I know I'm going to use it more and it's going to be easier to animate. Yeah, I remember you sent me some of your Plague Marine models. They actually just did a poll in the Joy Toy Discord on if people would be interested in Plague Marine models or in Death Guard, which is Plague Marine, I'm pretty sure. Um, we're gonna get those at some point. I don't know if McFarlane will ever make them because they're very slow with the license. But Joy Toy makes a lot of figures pretty frequently. So if anybody's gonna make them first, I feel like it's gonna be Joy Toy. Then again, McFarlane made the Corn Berserker first. So I'm actually going to exit out of my software and change my focus real quick. Um, give me a moment. Really, in regards to what's the really in regards to? Just the fact that I think Joy Toy will make Death Guard. I'm genuinely positive they will make Death Guard at some point. I'm not saying it'll be soon, but I 100% think they will make it. I'm confident. At least they're doing Horus Heresy right now. They have the main Warhammer line, the 40k line, and also the Horus Heresy line. You'll at least get Death Guard in that line, although those ones aren't as unique as they are later in 40k. They're kind of before all of them get gross. I know when Death Guard comes out, they're probably not going to be cheap because Death Guard has a lot of unique sculpts per like figure, but that's okay. If they look really nice, I am willing to pay a premium for a fully painted Death Guard figure. I think that's okay to me. Give me 1 second, and I'll start screen sharing again. Um, I was just changing my focus. Also, how has the stream been? Has there been any issues or no? Because so far for me, it seems like it's going okay. This is a different computer, so it can actually run my streaming software and my animation software at the same time. And there's not really too many issues. Because it seems to be playing pretty smooth. Okay, great. I think think this guy should be raising his sniper a little higher because he wouldn't be. He at this point he's not looking down his scope. He's just. Although technically, I don't even know if a Space Marine needs to look down his scope because of how their helmet works. But I'm not super 100. I'm not 100% sure on that. I actually did a heavy animation earlier yesterday. I don't have figures to represent each class, but I'm gonna do some test animations to represent some of the classes. I don't know if I'm gonna do all of them, just because I don't know if I have the stuff for all of them, but we'll see. There's a little bit. I think the torso should bend a little. In general, these guys just, in my opinion, they have a lot better range. I would say they're worth it if you're debating switching between them and McFarlane, especially if you're doing it for animation. I would say they're very worth it. They are going to be more expensive, but this is Warhammer. It's an expensive hobby, no matter how you're collecting it, whether it's figures or actual models. I'm just waiting for Joy Toy to make Night Lords. Then I'm going to spend probably a lot of money because they're my favorite like Space Marine thing. In general, I'll probably buy Chaos. I'm trying to keep because I'll be honest, for me, Space Marines are kind of my not my least favorite. I don't dislike them at all. I think they're still a really cool faction, but I like my Xenos and my Chaos. So for me, it's like if I'm gonna spend like kind of the if I'm gonna buy some of the more expensive stuff, it's probably not gonna be a standard Space Marine. Let me see. There's a little jitteriness. Let's see. Maybe it's that frame. Let's see. No, it is not that frame. In fact, that makes it worse. All right, let's see. I think it's just because the leg stops moving. But you see, there's a little jitteriness here, right there. Yeah, I think it's due to. All right, let's see what we can do. And we'll lower the rifle just a little bit to create some more easing in and easing out. And I will just move the foot forward a little bit because he just kind of stops moving his boot, which isn't great. And then the rifle needs to move more at the tip, not just the base. Ah, great and clean one. I don't. It, yeah, that's a really cool model. I know most of your stuff was unpainted. Have you painted anything yet? It's okay if you haven't. I get it. It's intimidating and also very time consuming. Because I would love to get more in the painting, but I just have too many other hobbies. And I bet you're busy with all the video essays and stuff, which is completely understandable. But a great and clean one, it would be a nice centerpiece. Remember, I saw a great clean one instead. Somebody like cleaned a great and clean one. They sanded off all the boils, made its skin like super smooth. It's still like a big fat bald guy by the end of it that's in a diaper, so it just looks like a massive baby. and I really like that post. I'd have to find it. You could probably just find it online. Um, Crap. He let go of his snipper. Well, hopefully you can't see it on frame. No, you can't. You kind of can't actually. I might have just bumped the camera accidentally. Okay. Let's see how that looks. So I don't think I like the head's moving a little too far down now, and the gun is not moving up. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't got any modern Marvel Legends, but the ones I have, I don't know. I just feel like the joints aren't bad for posing, but I feel like for animation they feel kind of crappy. But maybe they're a lot better now because the figure I bought is like old at this point. It was like the Ben Riley Spider-Man that was like on the Pizza Spidey mold, which was forever ago. They made a new one recently. Actually, I don't think the finger should be curving away from the gun. It should be curving toward it. Might have accidentally bumped the camera. No, I did not. Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool. I see some kind of for cheap here and there. Um, because I don't. The thing is, I don't know. I just feel like I see a lot of reviews, and for what you're getting for Marvel Legends, I always feel like I'm kind of getting gypped. Then again, I buy these Joy Toy figures. Um, but for the prices I'm seeing them at some stores, it it really isn't an excuse because they're like very cheap at some stores. Just haven't seen a character that's like really jumped out at me. I've seen Doctor Psycho a couple of times. I think that's his name. I might be getting it wrong, but he's a Fantastic Four villain. He's got like a little button that like has emotions on it. And I think he can make people feel emotions based off those buttons. And I just like his design. It's very Kirby, very of that time when the Fantastic Four were originally made. So I was thinking about get every time I see it, I think about it. And it's like $7, something like that. So I definitely could. Let's see if I can move that shoulder pad down a little bit. Yes, I can. Yeah, I haven't seen any. I think I've seen Human Torch maybe once. I don't know. I don't really want to get a bunch of figures because I'm actually thinking I really like the smaller scale stuff, like the 3 3/4 inch stuff. I might sell off a lot of my 6 inch stuff just because I never use it in videos. Um, so I don't know if I want to buy more since I'm already debating getting rid of most of it. I'm not saying I can't own some. Like there's figures I can make an exception for, if they're really nice, and there's stuff I will keep. Especially like my 7-inch scale Gene Stealers. I'm keeping those just because they haven't made Gene Stealers yet in Joy Toys line. And honestly, scale wise, you could fudge it pretty easily, especially if you're making a video with like camera angles and stuff. Yeah, it seems like it's a very like repaint heavy line, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I can only have so much characters in the same body, painted like on the same base body. Then again, half the Space Marines in the Joy Toy line are on the same base body. Yeah, though they just changed it up. They released a new base body for Space Marine 2, and I think that's going to be what they use going forward. Just because it has kind of a little better proportions. Although I don't mind the proportions on the figure I have right now. It's a little too much movement on the rifle. I want something a little more subtle. No? Oh crap. Bump the light. That might mean there'll be flicker later. Actually, that might work. Oh, yeah, Weapon X Wolverine would be cool. And Hulk, I mean, a Hulk figure is a Hulk figure. It's always rad. Let me see. The little heart emoji's hiding it. Is it a specific Hulk? No, it's just the Hulk. Okay. Sometimes I think about getting some of the Marvel Select stuff because it's really chunky and the articulation doesn't seem bad. Um, I wish I bought the Marvel Select Hulk because it is expensive now. All right, so now I think I'm going to add a muzzle flare. We'll do the first shot. And the idea is on these first couple of frames, we'll add kind of because if you played, have you played Space Marine 2 yet or no? Um, the sniper, I'm doing stuff animations based off all the classes in that game. Maybe not all of them, but I did one animation for heavy already, and one right now. This is a sniper. I don't know what I'll do next. We'll see. I might just do the standard tactical guy with the chain sword. Why is it not letting me click on my give me 1 second. Why is it being silly? Why is it being silly? There it is. All right. Because I'm going to exit out of this one, but I can see you now on my other device because I need to use my phone kind of as a muzzle flash, although you won't see it in this set. Um, and then, yeah, we'll start to add that. Because this is the first time I haven't I've been animating, but I haven't animated something that was like, for me, everything I've done recently has been, like, related to somebody else. It's been a commission. And then I have a collab thing. It's all been there. There's some light. And if you haven't played Space Marine 2, I would recommend getting it. It's a fun game. It's pricey, but it's a fun game. I was going to wait to get it, but I just kind of bit the bullet, and I'm kind of glad I did. Gee, let's move the gun before we put the second muzzle flash piece. It's mostly just going to be going kind of back. And we will add the little item he has should go up just from natural recoil. But we don't want to give him too much recoil because he is a Space Marine. He's a big boy. Gotcha. Come on, come on. Let me get a little more clay. Oh, it keeps falling over. Oh, darn. I am just going to go over it with VFX, but still. What was that? Something fell over. That's way too much recoil. At least for, I think. We'll try it just to see how it looks, but I think that's too much. Yeah. Honestly, there really shouldn't be much more up recoil. If anything, it should be going back. Because one thing that's weird about animating recoil with action figures is with Lego, you just kind of animate the gun going up. But in reality, a lot of times the recoil, there's not much actual the gun itself going up. That's more the guy's torso if it's a heavier gun. That seems like way too much. Most of it is the arms going back, not the gun itself going up. Okay. Let's see. Honestly, I'll have the gun start to go down, maybe even. Oh, what's up, Sean Studios? And we'll have the tassel start to go down a bit. I do think it's a little over exaggerated, but oh well. Because honestly, a sniper should be stabilizing his shots more. And then we'll have him kind of go back in the form. Get ready for the second shot. And then let's see, what is the okay? Yeah, then that can. Talking about your dogs. Wait. Okay, Lego dogs got Sandy. I was so confused. I'm like, you referring to your feet? You referring to actual dogs? My yeah. I just did a video using couscous as corn grains, and yeah, it was rough. It was messy. But a vacuum cleaner and some and will and pure will can clean anything up. No, that I accidentally. Yes, I did. Accidentally took 2 frames, which is not what I wanted. Actually, here, let me change my display settings so it only plays the last 5 frames because we don't need to see the full animation every time. Wait a second, that doesn't look right. Yeah, that hand's going way too up. It can curve to the side, but it's gotta. Jordan Peterson. Crap, what is that? I always forget. Is that. That's not. Part of me thinks that's like all the Percy Jackson stuff, but I might be blanking. I can't remember. The Space Marine is not targeting the president, as funny as that would be. That'd be a Chaos Marine. That'd be an Alpha Legion sniper. They're the devious ones. He's a current day philosopher type guy. Oh, okay. He writes philosophy. Okay, because it sounds really familiar. Is he like an older guy with a beard? I it just sounds familiar. I know I've heard that name somewhere. All right, let's put on some more. Um, another muzzle flare, and then maybe later in the stream, um, after I finish this, I can show. I bet I have. All right. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by, Alternation. Bye bye. Oh, I almost had the burp. I don't want to burp. Oh, I called you alternate. Sorry, nonstop. I don't know why. I was thinking alternation because I saw a post from him today. I'm having brain farts today. Mm. Too much torso movement. We're having the gun go back. Yeah, that looks. Actually, I think I like that better. And then we're mostly going to keep it up at the same level. That's very high. Yeah, okay. I like that. And then let's see if I can get any light on it. Problem with this, I'm using a light box to film this just because it's what I have as a setup for now. I might take it down for a bit. Oh crap, I forgot to animate the. And I mean, I guess that's fine. It can be in this frame. But his thing should go up too. Just because that adds a little more believability to the gunshot. I think we'll have him do one more shot, and then he'll run off and camouflage again. Let me check. How long have I been streaming for? Almost 50 minutes, damn. I'm being very relaxed with animating this. I know that for sure. Okay. That's way too much movement on the tassel. I guess that's not a tassel. I don't know what to call it. His little symbol thing. This is just stop motion studio. It's just $10. It's not a fancy one. I could move the dragon frame, but just haven't yet. Uh, I would move the dragon frame if I was making consistent money with commissions to where it felt worth it. I mean, you just gotta keep at it. Produce content. Sometimes a video will get lucky and it'll do well view wise. I have not been growing much recently because I've barely been posting. Um, but there are points where I was posting pretty frequently. As much as it sucks, sometimes you do just have to post kind of frequently. I haven't really been focusing on my channel too much lately, so and like there's other people to ask. I don't know. Sometimes it's trying to notice trends and stuff, but it's tricky. Why is the knife going up so much? That's annoying me. Come on. Knife is going back down. That's better. It's not as jittery. And also, like, if somebody's getting into animation to start a YouTube channel and getting a ton of subscribers, dude, I'm telling you, if you're doing it just for the subscribers, don't. It's it's gonna be rough. Um, I'm not saying you can't attempt to grow a channel out of this. You can, but just understand animation's automatically going to be a lot more difficult to grow with on YouTube than any other content because it's a slow process and it's not something you can produce super frequently. Unless if you work at it, you can definitely make it so you animate faster, produce content faster. But it's going to be a lot of work compared to other stuff. I don't know if you can hear that, but I was drinking water. Hopefully I have my headset on, so hopefully you can just hear me gulping down and everything. But oh well. Oh no, that's staying like that. No, that's too much. Nope, still too much. Because these are on a very the knife and all that, which the knife does come out of the sheath, is on a very loose joint, which is fine because but it's just something you got to think about. And I hit it. See, you just gotta. And I think I bumped my camera. No, I did not. Okay, I'll take that. That's a win in my book. Didn't accidentally bump my camera and knock everything over. Let me see that frame. That last frame's too jumpy. Um, I'm not the best person for that because honestly, I use a webcam I got from a commission, and I don't know if I'd recommend this. It's not a bad camera or anything, but it's a camera I was given for free, so I'm stuck with it. Because cameras are expensive. Um, Honestly, whatever you have, because a nice camera, if you aren't like if you haven't really improved your skills at animating, is not going to improve anything. For the longest time, I worked on a 10-year-old iPad, and even when I did commission work, it was still with that iPad. And you would be surprised how many people do not care. There were some people who care about the quality, but there were others who just did not care. They just wanted something done by this time. And I'm not saying you shouldn't get a new camera. You should, but um, you know, if you're really wanting to focus on improving your skills, maybe just practice your techniques before buying a nice camera. If you have a phone, you can use that. A Logitech webcam works great. Um, Heck, if somebody has a camera lying around they're not using, like an old DSLR. I have an old Canon camera. It does not work with my software. I've tried it, but it's one of the few items in the stop motion studio list. They actually have a list for that software of what cameras are compatible. You can look at that. That was one of the one which has an asterisk next to it, which means it may or may not work. And in my case, it doesn't. So what can you do? I didn't buy the camera for that purpose. It was something somebody already had and lent to me. Um, so it wasn't a big deal. But like I said, webcams would work great. A Canon thing, if there's a way for you to figure out if it works with your software and your computer before you get it, I would, recommend doing that first. Just because you don't want to buy an expensive camera just to find out it won't work with your computer. Um, so always do research, see what works. Like a Logitech webcam should work no matter what. There should be no issues. Trying to think what else. It's just kind of a thing you need to research and figure out for yourself. The great thing about some of those cameras is when they have a lens, that means you can adjust focus really easily. Instead, because with this camera, the camera I'm using right now, to adjust the focus, I need to go out of the stop motion studio software into the other software, the camera settings software, and adjust the focus. And if I'm wanting to do like kind of an effect where the focus is changing frame by frame, that means I got to exit in and out of my software frame by frame, which isn't great for working fast. So you might want something like a Canon camera or a DSLR, something that has a lens that you can alternate and twist to adjust the focus on the camera in real time when you're animating rather than going in and out of the software. But if you're just starting out, like I said, I think a webcam or your phone, most people have a phone that takes good enough picture quality to where stop motion studio isn't, you can get it as an app. There's a free version, and then there's the one I have, which is about $10, which is stop motion studio pro. I'm pretty sure there's other apps. But yeah. All right, we'll do one more. This guy's so rad, he doesn't even need to look down at his scope anymore. Because, yeah, I've given up on animating that. You could probably just look it up and it'll pop up. Or heck, even look up if the camera you're looking at, if, you know, my Canon 69 420 is compatible, not literally that, obviously, but is compatible with Stop Motion Studio Pro. Whatever the name of the camera is, just look that up and there should be a list that pops up. And there's only certain brands they have in that list. Um, like for example, I use a hover cam, which is the webcam I use. That's not in the list, but it is compatible. There were no issues. I can even give me 1 second. Let me see. All right. Let me see what I can do right now. I will go onto Safari and try to find the list for you, and I'll post it in chat. And with Dragon Frame, if you get that, which it's expensive, but there's, I'm pretty sure, a much wider variety of stuff that's compatible. All right, let me see if I can post this in chat. If I can, great. Um, I'm lazy. Try that. That should have a list. I think it's mostly EOS stuff, but because I'm gonna do it right now, because I will forget about it if I don't do it right now. Okay, and then we're gonna do the last muzzle flash of this one, and then he'll move out of the frame, and we'll try to do the fade in effect, which I'll mostly do in Stop Motion Studio Pro, but I'll add some like lightning and sparks after, because that's kind of what they have, and maybe blur it a little bit later. And what is it called? Procreate? I think that's the name of the software I'm gonna use. Okay, there it is. then with this one, we'll try to be a little more subtle. It took for me. I'm okay if the what's it called is inconsistent. The recoil, because it is a test. It's kind of to figure out how you like to animate certain things, which is good because when you're working on a video, you don't want to be figuring that out. And we'll have the hand bend a little. Okay, that is going way too upward. Make it fard. Are you saying make it fart? Maybe later. If this was a plague marine, I would agree. If I ever get a plague marine figure, I'm gonna animate it farting. That is the first thing I'm going to do if I get it. And nobody can stop me. This seems like too much. Ding, 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 ding. Ugh. Okay, so Legion, like we're talking Space Marines. Am I allowed to say Chaos? Because it's gonna be Chaos. I'm a Night Lords guy. Those are my favorite. In general, it's mostly going to be Chaos. I really like Chaos. But if I have to pick like Loyalist, I mean Blood Angels are pretty rad. They're just cool. I really like Black Templars. Dark Angels are rad too. It's kind of hard for me to pick a favorite standard Legion. Because in all honesty, I care more about the Chaos and the Xenos. But what would I want to like if I wanted to build an army of loyalists? What would it be? I think it would be Black Templars or Crimson Fist, just because I like red and blue, which makes sense why I chose Night Lords. But I also really like their paint scheme. But there's a ton of really good legions. But if we're talking about um, just in general, like not Space Marines, I like Tyranids a lot. I like Gene Stealer Colts. I love Gene Stealer Colts. Those are some of my favorite. Those were my thing as a kid. They were my favorite, and they still are to an extent. Okay. Okay, that is way too much. It can. But yeah, I think definitely. Yeah, I really like Night Lords. I don't know why, but I do. I just like that spooky aesthetic. I think that's a little more subtle. I feels like he's got more of a handle on his sniper. I think at this point he's also yeah, he's gonna start walking away. It is a lot cheaper, but they're chunky. I literally have one right here. They fall over. They will fall over constantly. They are big and chunky, whereas these guys, they are chunky, but they're also like 4 inches tall. So the likelihood of them falling, it will happen, especially if you're animating them walking with any figure. That's almost undeniable that it will fall, unless you have a rig attached to it. Um, it's definitely going to fall. But the McFarlane stuff isn't bad. It's just very chunky and very hefty. Um, and I prefer the Joy Toy. I think the articulation's better on the Joy Toy. And the standard intercessors you can get for like the one I'm animating right now, you can find this guy for like $20 or $25. So not all the figures are super bad price wise. Definitely once you get to more specific stuff, you're going to be paying a higher price. I'm personally okay with that, but I get that other people don't want to. Because I wanted to get some a sister battle, but I'm not paying the Joy Toy prices. I'm waiting to see if they ever do any re-releases or something because they are way too expensive. And same thing with Adeptus Mechanicus. The Adeptus Mechanicus figures Joy Toy made are really nice looking, but I don't know. I'm trying to look for if I get more Joy Toy stuff on sale, or if it's just something. If it's a faction I really like, I'll pay retail if I have to. But for I think more Space Marines, I'm mostly gonna try to get what's on sale, and I'm less picky with the Legion. You know what? I'm gonna have his head move a little more. And I wish I had a cloak so I could make this guy into a sniper, but I don't. And he's not wearing Phobos armor anyway, so it's like whatever. There was a 4 pack of Phobos Marines that would go for 50 here and there. It's not 50 anymore, at least not that I've seen. But I would keep an eye out for it if you want to try out these figures, or just buy a standard intercessor. Because they have for the standard intercessors, they have Imperial Fist, Ultramarines, Blood Angels, and Space Wolves. There's some other stuff that's around the same price, but it might be a little more. Um, that's either a little more ornate or just another Legion. Because they also made intercessors for like White Scars, Salamanders, Iron Hands. Black Templar figures look really nice, but I think in general they're more expensive. There is a Black Templar Crusader pack that I'm always on the lookout for to find it for a decent price. You can get it for like $109, I think, and it's 4 figures, which isn't necessarily a terrible price, but I want to get it for a little less. And maybe, you know what, I will put that on it. That might be something I put on like a gift wish list or something. Or that I might, if I have a little extra cash. Alrighty. And now we'll animate the sniper going down. I do think at this point, technically they don't, but the options McFarlane has for like Imperial Guard is better than Joy Toy. Joy Toy made some Acadian command squad, but I hear they're prone to breaking. Also, research your Joy Toy figures. Most of them do not have many issues with breaking, but you never know because these are import stuff and they're at a smaller scale, so they can be fragile. Whereas to me, most McFarlane figures are built like a brick. So if you're gonna get a Joy Toy figure, I would recommend look into it before you buy it. I never pre-order anything from them. I just don't do pre-orders in general. Um, Do, 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 do. So maybe I'll have the sniper rifle going up now, because he's doing a little jog. And we'll start to look this way. This is just a test animation. It's gonna be a couple of test animations. I don't know if I'm making a bigger video anytime soon. I would love to, but I'm very busy with other stuff. This is actually the first time I've really gotten to animate something that's not commission work in a while. I do want to do, because I have um a Tyranid warrior figure. I want to make an animation of that, using that at some point. Although I might wait to get a Termagant or two. We'll see. Because I kind of want to get those, especially after playing Space Marine 2. And I don't know. I have right now. I have a warrior and one Gene Stealer, one painted one. I have another one that's unpainted, the unpainted one. And I do have a Space Hulk painted one that I painted, but the paint chips off, so I don't think I'll be using that one in an animation. I've thought about maybe trying to sell it, see if anybody else wants it, and maybe using the cash from that just to get the standard unpainted ones. Because with Gene Stealers, you can never have too many of them. And it used to be that you could find them for like $5 a piece or $10, but now it's a little trickier. And I know there's a Target exclusive that's the unpainted one, but with it, like, it's actually painted. But I haven't seen it for cheap, and since it's a Target exclusive, it's like $30 there. And I've never seen any Warhammer like McFarlane stuff in my Target. All right, so now let's see how this looks. Fiverr. That's what I use. I bet there's probably different places you could use, but that's what I use. Takes a big cut out of the thing though. Just so you know, it's 20%, which is a lot, but it's a good starting point to get work. All right, so then I think I'm just gonna. I get what you're saying, but I'm just gonna finish this test out because I've done animations like the figure's running and firing before. But suggestions are always appreciated. I don't think that's gonna look right. Let's see. It's not terrible. Alrighty. You know what? I think yeah, we're just gonna end. We're gonna end it there because then we're gonna be having the merge frames. So let's see how this looks. Copy, paste. Let's see. There's no merge. Oh, okay. Wait. Control A. Really? Usually merging is easier. Control A. Why is it not letting me merge, dude? There it is. Yes. You see that? That's what I want. Actually, I think I merged the wrong frames. Okay. Yeah. And then we'll take that one more time. We're gonna be adding more to it, but you see how that there's gonna be a little fade effect. Oh my God, come on. Come on. There it is. And then we'll do it again. All right, I think we'll do one more merge frame because I think that's looking decent. And we'll add some sparks and stuff to make it more convincing. My FPS right now is 13. It could be a little higher potentially. And I don't know how long I'll keep streaming. I might stop today because I was just doing the short one. Maybe I'll do some tomorrow. Um, Let me think. Because, yeah, I'm trying to think what I want to do after this. Copy. And then Control A, Control this, and then merge. And then we'll do it again. Control A. Come on. There it is. Merge again. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then at the beginning, we'll add I might copy that. Copy. Let's see. I'm just going to compare them. Okay. Nope. We're going to use the old frame. All right. See ya. And just in case, we'll have a version of it before. There might be a quicker way to do this, but I don't know. It's in the software I already have, so I miss Adobe. I would have just done this in Adobe and it would have taken no time at all. But I don't have Adobe anymore. We'll do it a little. I think there could be one more fade. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right. You know what? One more fade. One more fade. Just one more fade. Hmm. I think there could be one more fade. Okay. Come on. Come on. Control A. Control A, buddy. There it is. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot more. I'll merge it like 2 or 3 times. I mean, maybe that's kind of what the commission thing was, to kind of try it out. I do enjoy it, um, over a lot of other things. But I don't know. I do think I need to improve my skill set somewhat. Yeah, that looks yeah. Okay, and then let's see. No, it's this one. It's this frame first, then Control A. No, Control A. There it is. Ba, 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 ba. And I think we'll do one more merge for this frame, and then why is it merging the other two? Okay, let's see how the animation looks in total. Yeah, I'll add some what's it called? Let's see what it looks like at a higher frame rate. 'Cause it's at 13 right now, which I like 13. It's a nice balance between 15, and when you're trying to work faster for commissions, it's good. I think it's too fast to 15 personally. Hi, Scotty's channel. I could potentially do the VFX on stream. How long is this? It's about 4 seconds. Yeah, I think it should export properly. So I'm going to export it as a file. Um, Alrighty. And you can see some of the stuff I've had to work on outside of commissions. And then we'll just name it Sniper Test. Ba, 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 ba. And then, oh, people are starting to pop in. Um, how many people do we got in chat right now? Whoever's in chat, say hi, just so I know who's here. And maybe I can animate something else because that's exported. What class would be next? What do I have on me that I could do? I've done heavy. I can show heavy. Actually, give me 1 second and I'll see if I can find the file. And if so, I'll stream it. Oh yeah. Actually, wait, I have it here. Oh, I accidentally exit out of my software. Silly me. We'll show heavy test. Oh, is it not playing? I think I got to go back in my software and stream it and present it. Share screen. Window. Ah, we'll give it a moment. Come on. I can't see the. Hide that. And I did add the VFX to this one already. But I'm using Halo weapons just because I don't really have that many 40K weapons at this scale. But yeah, that's a heavy guy test. What could I do next? I don't know if I have a grapple hook somewhere, but I don't know if I have it like right on me. And I'd like to do a Vanguard test. Give me 1 second. I'll search through, and then here, let's play something on loop. What could I play on loop? These are all commission stuff, so I can't play that on loop. Um, we'll just play this. We'll just play the sniper video on loop. Yeah, actually that works. There you go. There you go, chat. Well, I look for the other thing. You might hear me shuffling around through my stuff. And let me check in the weapons bag. Yeah, these are just tests, so I'm not going super hard in all the positions and stuff. Okay, nope, that's not it. You see, I do have a hammer, a gravity hammer from Halo, which is close enough to a thunder hammer. It is not the same thing, so maybe we could do I have anything I could use as a flight stand? Let me check. What do I have on me? I guess we could do that, potentially. 'Cause I don't think I have the grapple hook on me. Alrighty. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Something came up, not like a big thing. I think I'm gonna end stream for now. I don't know, maybe I could stream later tonight, but no promises. Um, because maybe next time I stream, I'll announce it. Because I don't really announce when I stream. Um, so I get a lot of people who miss them. But yeah, all right. I'll see everybody later. Bye bye. I left studio. I didn't end stream like a silly Billy. All right, now bye bye. Bye bye.